Welcome back to Smart Family. You know, summer can be a dangerous time for your kids, especially if they're home alone without supervision and lots of time on their hands. The website drugfree.org says that kids at home, first-time users, marijuana increases 40% during the summertime. 2,700 children will try a prescription drug to get high for the first time during the summer. And petty crime increases as kids find themselves with more time on their hands. Well, now, some of their peers are taking part in a program aimed at busting adults who have become the suppliers to the kids. Take a look at this video. You're watching a real-life police sting operation. But what might surprise you is who is behind it and what led these decoys to lend a hand to sheriff's deputies before these arrests. A hint? A teenager's desire to make a difference after her friends became statistics. Meet Alyssa. Still in high school, she lost 3 close friends to drunk driving.
They changed me for the better. I hold them in my heart all the time because I'm out there doing this because of what happened.
Alyssa is a teenage undercover sheriff's decoy. And that's why we can't show you her face. She and her decoy team all volunteer. They loiter outside of stores hoping to catch strangers who agree to buy them beer.
About 10% of people that they ask will actually buy them for them.
But that's illegal, a misdemeanor, and in some cases, a felony, to supply someone under 21 with alcohol.
He's turning towards the alley. Here he comes. Come on in. Come on in.
Alyssa and the other decoys first tell strangers they're too young to get their own liquor and offer the adults money to buy them a 6-pack.
We ask once, if they say no, they say no. They're choosing to do this, and no one's forcing them or twisting their arm.
What the adult beer buyers don't know is that sheriff's deputies are hiding, just waiting for the decoy's signal.
Hoodie's up.
When Alyssa's hood is up, that's her on the right, she's confirming that an adult has agreed to make the illegal purchase. Once the decoys get beer from the target, they hurry to the safety of a sheriff's van, and deputies swoop in for the arrest. Well, joining us now is Shelley Mowry. She's the Senior Director of Programs and Communications at drugfreeaz.org. Nice to see you.
Yeah, thank you.
You know, when you have too much time on your hands, you can see how kids start wandering out into the streets and trying to push the limits and do things that they're not supposed to do.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, summertime is one of the time when our kids, you know, one of the things you have to think about as parents, too, is that our kids' summer friends may be different than our kids' in-school friends.
Wow, that's profound when you think about it.
Because some kids are going to be on vacation, maybe other kids are in summer camps, and so they're finding a new group to hang out with.
Yeah.
And so that may be an issue, but yeah, they've got a lot of free time in their hand. That's why we see drug use and experimentation increase so much in the summer.
Yeah, when you were looking, you know, earlier when we were talking about those statistics, it's really amazing to see the dramatic increase of what happens during the summertime. What are some of the biggest issues here in the Valley that you see?
Biggest issues, the top 3 right now are underage drinking, alcohol use, prescription drug use, and marijuana. Those are the top 3.
So what can parents do? Because obviously, you know, you're kind of in this situation where you have to go to work. You have to trust your kids at home.
Right, exactly. And that's where a lot of parents find themselves. You know, they're working the job, they're keeping the family safe. But we have some tips for parents. And number 1 is to make a list of what they can do when you're not home while you're at work.
Yeah.
You know, give them some things that they can do without your permission, but things that they have to check in with you first before they do.
Yeah.
Number 2, install computer controls. Know what they're looking at and what they're doing online.
Because really, if you talk, you know, we were talking earlier about a statistic, 7 hours a day that kids spend on the internet now. So they're going to wander if you don't set some parameters, and sometimes you have to do that electronically.
Absolutely. And you have to know what's in the cabinet.
Yeah.
You know, what are there prescriptions in the cabinet? Are there pain relievers? Because that's what kids are getting their hands on these days. So also know what's in your liquor cabinet. The other thing, too, is that if you have teenagers that can drive and you don't want them driving, make sure you take the spare keys. Make sure you set appointments with your child to talk, not just text with your child, to know where they are and what they're doing. And, you know, and again, it's that whole friends thing. Know who their summer friends are. Who are you going to be spending time with so that you know?
How important is it to try to build trust in your child and let them know that you do trust them and you expect the best for them and from them?
You know what? A lot of people refer to me as kind of as the drug girl, right? But really what drugfreeaz.org is about building strong families. The stronger the family unit and the better relationship that you have with your child and the more open that you're talking and discussing serious serious issues like this, the more likely your child is to avoid risky behaviors. So that's really what it's about. It's creating strong families, strong bonds, and really having that dialogue.
Shirley, a lot of people don't know how to do that. If you could give them tools of ways to really be able to communicate with their child in a way that's not talking down to them, what would you say to them?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd say start early and often, because I have a 7-year-old right now, and we already talk about cigarettes and alcohol. And so, it's just having those, spend 10 minutes a day in conversation with your child. That's not a lot when you think about it. But if you also think about the last time you came home from work, you cooked dinner, you kind of get everything ready. You know, have you had a 10-minute conversation with your child recently?
Right.
And a lot of people maybe no. So have at least 10 minutes where you can talk about different things. Also, when your child comes home, be there at the crossroads. So if you're coming home from work or they're coming in, talk with them about, you know, how their day was. If you just get the yeah, no answers, so if they shut you down, there are different tips and tools that you can use to try to open them up a little bit. And so we've got some good tips on our website at drugfreeaz.org to get them to open up. Because, yeah, you can do that.
Okay, that's great. It's a great resource, and we're out of time, but we could talk for hours about this. Shelley Mowery is with drugfreeaz.org. Thanks so much for being with us.
My pleasure.
All right, Daph.
Some really good advice there, Shelley. Thanks. Well, a lot of you are sounding off on our Smart Family 15 Facebook page about how you keep your kids busy during summer break. Well, Ann Tinsley says they are in a summer camp at their daycare, and then at home, I have them doing a lot of household chores and allow them to go swimming a lot. I think that's pretty well balanced. And Natasha says finding something they enjoy doing and making that happen for them. Not this running the streets and I'm going here or to this or to that friend's house. Spending one-on-one time with them and treating them as the treasures they are. Well, I like that one. And Carrie says, I had my 7-year-old enrolled at our local library summer reading program, which he enjoyed because he would get prizes and received a free book at the end. He also loves to swim, so a lot of fun stuff. So join in on the conversation. You can find us at facebook.com/smartfamily15.